Hello and welcome back to art class. Today we are going to be starting a new project. We're going to talk about a specific kind of art. It's called pop art, P-O-P. It stands for popular art. Okay. And what it means is that you are doing a picture or a painting or sculpture of something that is really common, really popular in the world. So it's something that everybody can kind of easily recognize. Okay. So examples. The first one you're seeing here is Jeff Koons' balloon dog. He made several versions of this, but it's actually made out of metal. And you can see in the picture that it's very shiny. It looks just like a plastic item that would be just like the real balloon dog, only much bigger. Okay, so he took the idea of something that everybody knows, balloon dog, and turned it into a giant sculpture. He also did one blow up rabbits. They're usually a toy, and this is made out of stainless steel, not plastic. So it actually has some weight to it, unlike a regular blow up toy, which is very light and easy to pop. And one also is done by Jeff Koons. This next one is from Roy Lichtenstein. Yes, it's an odd name, but he's really famous for taking snippets from comics that were in the newspaper. Not like comic books, but the ones that you might find on Sunday's paper or something like that, or some of them, during the week, but usually the colored versions. And then he blew them up to being big paintings, so he made big paintings of these versions. And he usually changed the text of whatever it'll be. It's not that way. He didn't have any issues with copyright of the original artist who drew the small comic, but he took something that everybody would recognize at the time. Now this comic is fairly old. I believe this one's actually from a Dick Tracy originally. And if you know Dick Tracy, that's a comic. They did actually make a movie of that comic years and years ago. But you can see it's really well done. And if you look really closely at this particular one, you can see he even mimicked the little dots that papers used to have for when they were doing colors. All right, the last artist I want to bring up that's really famous for pop art is Klaus Oldenburg. Klaus Oldenburg did another group of sculptures where he'd take common things. So this first one you're seeing here is the spoon and cherry. It's really huge. Okay. Next one is the paperclip. It's several stories tall. Okay? You could go to the cities and find this one. This next one, I think most of you have seen t-shirts with this on. He's the one that developed this idea. Klaus Oldenburg did the love thing. It started out in New York and he's made multiple versions of it, but it also is a sculpture that has moved from location to location, so they've taken it down and put it up in different places as well. So really common things. So what are we going to do with this idea of pop art? Well, I want to take it a little bit more literally than what people are used to. So when I talk about pop art, it makes me think of pop. So we're going to be drawing a pop can, and we're going to be drawing our favorite brand, but we're going to make a change to it. So Dr. Pepper is one of my favorite brands. You could have Pepsi, Coca-Cola, whatever. I'm going to show you how to do the basics, shapes, and things like that. You are going to have to do the detail work because you're choosing your own brand. The thing that's going to change is we will be adding our own flavor. So Dr. Pepper is the normal one, but I have to change the flavor. So Dr. Pepper makes a cherry one, so I can't count that as mine. I have to come up with a new one, and I actually came up with one. I am going to do banana. So it's Dr. Pepper banana flavor. And what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to use the basic symbols that Dr. Pepper has, so I need to be able to draw out the lettering and the basic shape. But then I'm going to add in, the color might change because it's banana, so it would probably be a yellow-white background. So you have to kind of think about what your picture is going to have for color-wise as you're working. Our focus today is going to be getting on just basically the basic drawing. So our first part is going to be getting like a looking of a 3D can, and also the actual just basic drawing. We're not going to worry about coloring today. The other thing that we need to be aware of, my can's a little dirty, is it's going to be at a slight angle. So you should be seeing both from your angle, probably a little bit of the top and a little bit of the side. And that's what we're gonna want to do. Think back to our project when we did the pie drawings. Very similar, where we're seeing two sides at the same time, so it looks a little bit more 3D. And that's what we're gonna go for today. All right, so we're gonna want ours to be pretty big. So you're gonna need a few things. You're gonna want either a picture, so you could hunt on the internet and find a picture of your pop can, whatever brand you want. That's probably just as easy. Or if you happen to have a pop can at home, you can use that as well. You're gonna want an eraser, a pencil, and you're probably gonna want a ruler or something that's nice and straight. Some people use book edges for nice and straight. The iPad has nice straight edges as well. And that's more so that we can draw these nice straight sides. Okay, first thing we're gonna need to do is we're gonna need to draw the top of the can. Okay, this is basically a cylinder, but it's a cylinder that gets a little bit smaller at the top, and the top of it is a circle, but when you turn it slightly at an angle, it actually looks a little bit more ovalish because of the angle that it's at. So that is what we need to do here. Near the top, we're going to draw, and I would draw it lightly if I were you, because I imagine some of you get frustrated if you have to go over it a million times. And oval. Try to make it as even as you can. I can understand if it doesn't work out evenly at the first try. Okay, I think that's pretty good, so I'm going to, just broke my pencil. You know what? I don't want a mechanical pencil. They tend to break too easily. I'm going to use a regular pencil. Okay, so I have that part first. Then I need to do this a little bit of thickness. So it's got a fold over here, so I'm going to add this little lip. Like that. Clean this up because you see some sketch marks there. Okay, there's the lip. Then there's this slant. So it comes from underneath and it slants away. Slants away. Try to make it the same size. Okay. That looks pretty good. Then I'm going to use my ruler to draw straight down. Now, because of our angle, we really can't see the actual bottom part here, so we don't have to really worry about that. We just need to be able to get, okay, so try to make sure the bottom ends up probably about within 2 finger spaces of the bottom, and make sure it's even on both sides. You're going to need a slightly rounded, notice it rounds kind of like a smile. Okay, and then we're going to get a little bit of this tapered part in there as well. Let's see, if I'm holding this, I'm going to be able to see just a little bit of that. So, and that's too. It's going to be slanted, and another slightly rounded part. And I say about a little less than a finger space on both sides there. Okay, next we need a light line right here connecting the taper, like that. Then we need to draw the inside line here, right in this area. So I'm going to, and that really is going to be just a curved line. And it almost lines up with these corners right here. So that should be pretty close to that. Then for mine, I need the tab. That's the main thing. And for my tab, it's going to be kind of an oval shape. But there is the center button right there. That way I know where to start. So I put that in the center. So my tab has to go around that slightly. It's got kind of a straight side, a rounded top, another straight side. Let me just slant that a little bit more. got a rounded piece here. Now, my tab has a hole in it, and believe it or not, this little hole that's in the tab, every tab has it, that's actually to hold the straw when you turn it around when it's open. That way your straw doesn't bob around. So I'm gonna put that in there. And then there's this weird other shape. It's almost like a rainbow. Right there. And then we have the mouth of the can. Now some of it will go underneath the lip because you can't see because the lip's blocking it, so that's okay. And then there's this weird line that kind of outlines my whole thing. Like that. Now is that 100%? No, but we're looking to get pretty close. Okay, so that is the basic can. That's the part I really need you to make sure you're good on. Then I need you to figure out what brand yours is, okay? And you're going to draw your basic. I'm gonna speed up the video as I'm drawing this basic part here because I'm using Dr. Pepper and I have to put my banana flavor and figure out how that's gonna look. But your symbol still has to look the same. Like, so if you're doing Pepsi, it really still needs to look kind of like a Pepsi can with a flavor. Please be aware you can't use a flavor that already exists. You have to come up with a new one. So maybe you want a kiwi flavored or Doritos flavored. I don't know. I mean, it can be kind of bizarre. It can be funny. Like I picked banana because I thought it was kind of funny. I would never honestly drink a banana flavored Dr. Pepper, but I thought it would be kind of funny. All right, so draw your front. Like I said, it could be whatever brand you want. It could be Fanta. It could be, maybe you want to do brisk iced tea. As long as it comes in a pop can that you can look up either if you have it at home or you look it up online. I'm gonna fast forward the video at this point so you can see me draw mine pretty quick. Okay, so here's my new one. I used the basic symbol. I did add the 23 in. I added my banana for my flavor, and then I wrote it in there because I thought, you know, that would be on a can. And since it is a new product, I went ahead and put it, you know, a little star and the word new in here. This is where I need us to be. Get there to the drawing, and I will see you next week. Make sure, I do need you to upload a picture of this to Google Classroom, and then I will see you next week.